we thought it'd be fun to do like a mini vlog-ish kind of thing where we read books that we might unhaul.
Sarah's definition of fun is different than my definition of fun.
Don't act like you didn't have fun. Anyway, this is my pick. Don't hate me if I don't like it.
Actually, do hate her and get mad at her because I bought that copy for her birthday. So if she doesn't like it, I'm going to take it as a personal slight against me as her friend, a person, a woman.
My pick is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I don't vibe with classics is the thing. It's like the only classics I like is The Wizard of Oz.
And The Wizard of Oz sucks, so...
So the person who's never read it is judging this based solely on the fact that she's from Kansas.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a romance novel. But yeah, so this is just a romance. We all know what it's about. So yeah, let's get into what Cap's gonna read.
Ahoy. I have to pick a book now that I think I might possibly unhaul. Because I'm very out of room on my bookshelf, which I feel like is what prompted
Ignore the rats.
Yeah, leave the rats. I think that's kind of what prompted this, right? Is that I'm in trouble.
I also just thought it'd be a good, fun video.
Yeah, so I've kind of, in the last 10 years of my life, really purged a lot of the young adult from my reading because I kind of don't get anything out of it anymore. So my pick for what I might possibly unhaul, let me move my little penises.
And that's how this video got demonetized, even though it's not monetized.
There Will Come a Darkness. Katie Rose Poole. I have never actually really heard anyone talk about this. I have the sequel. I bought it because someone's like, it's like Six of Crows. And I like Six of Crows. But I think I like Six of Crows because of Casbrecker. So we're in a bit of trouble. I don't know what this book is about other than a heist. So I'm going to read you the synopsis. For generations, the Seven Prophets used their visions... Oh no. Of the future and wars unite nations until the day 100s of years ago. That's not what the sentence is. 100 years ago. They disappeared. Well, okay. Anyway, I'm going to skip to the part that's the hook. A prince exiled from his kingdom, a ruthless killer known as the Pale Hand. What does that remind you of?
What's it supposed to remind me of?
Dirty Hands?
Oh.
One faithless leader torn between his duty and his heart, a reckless gambler with the power to find anything or anyone, a dying girl on the verge of giving up. One of them or all of them could break the world. Will they be savior or destroyer? And like...
So like Six of Crows means...
Identical.
A rip-off of Six of Crows.
So... Oh, but Greek, if I'm looking at... This looks Greek styled, this map. This is... Hi, Grant. This is something I would have probably ate up when I was 17, but I'm 42 now. I don't have high hopes. It's very big. It's 500 pages, and I've never read a lick of this author. Oh, wow, she even chops up the POVs the same as Six of Crows. Oh, my God, and she does part 1, part 2. Okay, all right.
Well,
when can you get sued? Like, when is it, like, thievery?
Depends on who you ask.
Set her up here. Oh, I was on TikTok earlier, and I want to mention this. It said the book closest to you, the main character is your love interest that you're stuck with. How out of luck are you? And I was sitting here, just like, I guess whatever book is right here is probably the closest, and it's Midnight Sun. I just wanted to say that.
Well, see you next clip.
Babies are chaos. Chaos. Look at Orvie. She's going away. There's Bug and Honey. Ooh. That's Hex. Hopper's over there. I don't know where Warren is. And Fifey's over there. So I guess we'll watch these guys in the dick box while I talk. I'm several hours into Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and Cappy's gonna be disappointed. I don't care for it. There's Warren. Warren, baby. Look at you. Look at you. And Fifey's eating over there. Oh, Orville is hyper today. We're not safe. Anyway, I'm bored out of my mind. I legit, I barely even know what's going on in this book. It's so hard for me to pay attention to. So it's not looking great, and I think I'm like halfway through it. Hi, Orvie. So yeah, yeah, that's where we're at.
Hello. I'm annoyed because my Wi-Fi went out and I was in the middle of watching Twin Peaks. Good news. I finished Bridgerton. I don't know if we're supposed to do clips independently for that, so I'm not going to talk about it. What I'm going to talk about is the fact that I started There Will Come a Darkness by Katie Rose Poole, which is on me and Sarah's. We're doing our TBR with books we think we're going to unhaul. And so far, I'm almost definitely going to unhaul this. I am 15 minutes into the audiobook, bored out of my mind. I don't care about anything. I don't even really know what's happening. I just want to watch Twin Peaks. But here we are, 30 minutes with no Wi-Fi, bored, not to tears, but to screaming. Have you ever been bored to screaming? I can't scream because it's 12:30 at night. What I can do is be angry and keep listening to this audiobook and not switch it to J.R. Ward, even though that's what I want to do. But yeah, I just wanted you to know how well this is going so far. I know Sarah didn't love her book. Offensive. I'm not on her side. But I also don't love mine. But she will be on my side because she's a better friend than I am. So
This went poorly.
it did.
So here you go. For me, that's an unhaul. It was so boring.
Okay.
It was so boring.
Listen. It's very long. And I think that maybe that's the issue. A lot of stuff happened in it.
I read J.R. Ward. Length isn't the issue. The issue is that it was boring.
I ran into a similar issue with this. Very few times in my life have I experienced something like this where I'm actively reading / listening to it and not retaining a word of it. I couldn't tell you a character name. I couldn't tell you a plot point. I couldn't tell you how the magic system works. I don't know what happened. It wasn't poorly written. It was just boring. And it's obviously supposed to be a knockoff of Six of Crows, except there's only 5. It's like got the same aesthetic too. They like rip off, instead of Russian stuff that Leigh Bardugo loves ripping off, it's kind of more Greek. And just doesn't do anything with it. Like it's literally, it's a ragtag team of kiddos and just nothing matters. I don't care about it. I have nothing good to say.
I read Pride and Prejudice in 2 days. It's been like 3 weeks since we started this vlog.
There's a character named Jude in it. I don't know if they're a boy or a girl. It's a boy. I don't know even what to say because I was so bored. I hated every second of it. I didn't retain anything. It's like, how hard is it? Just make like a fun dynamic. I think people like this book a lot. I don't know. I guess I've only heard one person talk about it and she said she loved it.
I'm pretty outside of the YA sphere.
I am now too. Like when we go to Barnes & Noble, I don't recognize any of the books that are on display. But this was definitely a letdown because I thought it would at least be fun. And it was actually nothing. It was nothing at all.
You know, it wasn't a letdown. Elvis.
Should we talk about Elvis instead? We saw Elvis.
It was everything I wanted it to be.
It was
no complaints.
Everything.
I won't say that was a good movie, but I will say I loved it.
I don't even think it, but it wasn't like
I've seen worse.
Bad. It was nuts. It wasn't a bad movie. It was insane. It was so strange and all over the place. The whole thing felt like a montage. I think that's a problem when you're trying to go through 30 years of someone's life / career when they happen to be like the most famous performer of all time. So much happened. You can't cover it even in a movie that's 2.5 hours. But Tom Hanks was
It's been a while since I've seen a movie that just straight up hates the antagonist the way this movie
He
did.
was like brain dead Foghorn Leghorn. That's the only way I could describe it. His accent, I don't know what he was going for. Like,
if you're someone who wants to watch this movie at home and likes to drink,
no, you'll kill them. You'll kill them. Don't. I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Do it with soda.
Um,
You'll pee 87 times.
don't do it with like cough syrup. Yeah, every time you hear the word snow,
Yeah.
they said snow job so much, and it's like, you know what you're doing, right? You have to know.
Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah.
aware. Why do you keep saying snow job? And I can't. Snow means money in the movie, and they call Elvis's manager Snowman.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing.
They have Priscilla in it. They don't mention that she was 14.
Yeah, they kind of bypass all the
Yeah.
shitty stuff.
They're just like, his teenage girlfriend. It's like, okay, you should mention she's barely a teenager because she's barely into her teens. They played it very sweet with her.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, I don't know what the relationship was like other than the fact that she was a little girl when they started dating. She wrote a book about their relationship, which I'm very curious about. I might read it if I can get a copy. I think it's a little old. But I had a great time with Elvis. Way better a time than I had reading this piece of garbage.
And I had a better time with that than Pride and Prejudice. So, we'll see you in round 2 of this, because we're doing it again, even though the first time was a major bust.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see you in the next video.
Wookie!
Goodbye!
My child.